Well, 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 my old nemesis, the Weasel. We meet again on the YouTube battlefield, okay? And this time, it's beef! It's not beef. It's not beef, I'm joking. But I do have a problem with his recent video of who really won Usman versus Chimaev. I'm not expecting a response from the Weasel. Last time he did a response, he took it down. So, not expecting one. And I'm not really sending too many shots. I don't think this was as egregious, but I have some problems with his system of scoring. And those problems start from this moment in his Who Really Won video. But I've got another few moments that I want to talk about as well. I think he's inconsistent with who he's given heavy shots to. And I think there's room for bias in those giving heavy shots to people type thing. He gives a heavy shot to Chimaev based on this jab that he lands on Usman. And what he says here is the reason why I've made this video. Okay? It's the reason why I've made this video. So listen, this is why, in his mind, Chimaev can win the third round on the criteria.
Definitely Khamzat created way more impact. Usman looked like he got hurt from this jab. Khamzat got pushed back from the punch. Usman, though, was wobbling. So this is
the thing I have a massive problem with, considering that this is giving Chimaev a whole heavy strike. I think you need more categories, mate. Okay? I've seen him doing the 0.5 system now that he's doing. But I don't like that you can just say one strike. That's heavy. One heavy strike to him. Chimaev wins the whole round now. I don't like that. And I don't like that someone donated to me today in my stream. Thank you for the donation, by the way. $2 saying, Weasel confirmed it. Chimaev won. I hate that you have this power over the audience to now disperse any naysayers. The Weasel's had his say, and the results are in. You ain't the government of MMA YouTube, okay? You don't have the final say, and I need to check you to make sure that we have some consistency here, okay? Like the dictatorship of the Weasels, all-seeing eye on how to score fights. I don't like it at all. Now, he says that Usman was wobbled by that shot. Shall I just find that shot straight away in this video and show it to you? This is the very heavy shot that Usman apparently got hit by Chimaev with a jab that led to him wobbling in front of Chimaev, allegedly. Okay? And I think it's at 3:36 on this TNT Sports video. Now, this is apparently, according to the Weasel, he got hurt by this, guys. He was wobbled by this. Listen. Whoa! Holy smokes, dude! Usman was wobbling all over the place. Now, I get it. He got stung by a jab, dude. But that's not a massive, heavy shot. And I'm going to show you that there's other shots that Usman landed on Chimaev that he's not keeping that same energy for. Okay? Usman always walks like he's got cerebral palsy. Okay? Always walks like he's got cerebral palsy. I don't think this is like, whoa, you've given this, by the way, Weasel, the highest possible point you can give to a shot. That's the problem. It's like Dave Portnoy's pizza reviews. You can't just give out 8 and 9s. You know what I mean? Because then you have to go higher with when something better comes around. The fact that this is the highest score you can ever give to a shot landing on your breakdowns is just wrong, I think. Look at the shot from Chimaev that lands on Usman. Is this Usman hurt and wobbled by Chimaev? You guys tell me. I don't think it is. I think, honestly, and I'm sure Usman would vouch for this because he's going to have a bit of a bias when it comes to this as well. I think, realistically, he stepped in to try and land his jab, had way more of a square stance than Chimaev when Chimaev's jab landed, which meant there was nothing behind Usman to keep him stationary. So he had to stumble back a bit by being hit by this jab. Right back on. Front kick to the body. Switches stance. Still in the fight. I don't think this is a wobbly Usman. I don't see his head wobble all over the place. I just see him reset his stance because he got caught off balance and stumbled back a bit. Usman was wobbled by this shot, you guys. I don't understand how that is what you see from that, Weasel.
Created way more impact. Usman looked like he got hurt from this jab. Khamzat got pushed back from the punch. Usman, though, was wobbling. So this is
He like step back, step forward, back into stance. Now, if you disagree with that, fine to disagree with it. But here's where I have a problem. Okay? The consistency is just not there from the Weasel. This is a shot from Usman that he lands in round 2 on Khamzat Chimaev. Is it the one that he lands in round 2? I think it is. It's at 5 minutes and 24 seconds into the Weasel's video here. Okay? Look at what this shot does to Chimaev. Remember the shot he just gave Usman. He gave Chimaev a whole 1 heavy damage point for the shot that I just showed you. 1 whole point. Because he's now doing this 0.5 hipster system that he's got. Okay? Look at this shot that Usman lands on Chimaev here.
Now finally we get to something big. Kamaru Usman enters in with a big jab that pushes Khamzat's head back and then hits him with a hard right straight behind it. The biggest punch of the round so far. Blasts Khamzat away. Then
blasts him away, you guys. He gives it a 0.5 on the heavy shot rating. Shall I show you this shot that the Weasel's talking about, that he conveniently left out there and didn't show where Chimaev ended up after that shot landed? I'll show you the shot that Usman landed on Chimaev there. It's at 2 minutes and 21 seconds of this TNT Sport video. This is the shot that Usman landed that was a 0.5 compared to Chimaev's whole 1 heavy strike that wins him that round on the Weasel scoring system, by the way. That's how he can win the round. Remember that. That's why it's important. Because that 1 shot that he gave a whole heavy strike to is the reason why he wins that round. That was 1 point. That jab that made Usman reset his stance and get right back to his front kick to the body. This was 0.5. Again. Okay? This was 0.5. Alright? That was a 0.5 on the Weasel scale, as I'm now calling it. And this, I believe it was this moment, is a whole massive heavy strike. He was wobbled by that one, you guys. My God, he was so hurt by that one, you guys. And that's how Chimaev wins this fight. What are we doing here, Weasel? You gotta keep that same energy for both of them. Otherwise, it's biased. Okay? Otherwise, I have problems with it, Weasel. And I'm gonna check you every time. I also want to talk about some other moments in this video. I don't understand it at all. Am I the only one not seeing that the same way? Remember what the Weasel said? And Usman was hurt by that one, you guys. He was wobbling. Wobbling, okay? He looks like he got hit with a shot when step back into stance, front kick to the body. I don't think he was wobbled or out of it for a second. For you to infer that from that shot is reaching for those grapes. And you're playing a little violin with that cheese and wine. I'm telling you, Weasel, reaching for those grapes he is. Tito would be proud. Remember that shot I just showed you? Because Usman basically had to reset his stance after he got hit by that shot. Okay? Before he just throws a front kick and switches stances again. So that was how wobbly Usman was. That was why Weasel thought Usman was wobbled and hurt. But this shot from Usman doesn't quite have the Weasel believing that Chimaev was in any way inhibited by this shot from Usman. Clean right hand on the chin sends him stumbling backwards into the cage. Jab. Blast, 2 down the pipe, right on Chimaev's chin. Stumbles him backwards into the cage and has him all over the place for a second. I'm not saying Chimaev's wobbled. But the Weasel's saying Usman was wobbled. He had less of a reaction than Chimaev just did, and you gave him more points. You gave Chimaev more points for his shot. How does that make any sense? Make it make sense, Weasel. Whole MMA community's looking up to you here, man. You're the final word on these decisions. Let's have some consistency, please. That's what we need from you, man. I just think that's crazy. I think that's crazy. And if you want to say, and again, Usman was off balance. He stepped in with his lead foot. He was more square stance than Chimaev when they traded jabs. He had nothing behind him. So he stumbled back foot, forward foot, not wobbled. Okay. Front kick to the body, switches stance. He's good. Chimaev was off balance, but he stumbled all the way back into the cage, found his footing again against the cage, nearly lost it for a second, and then he's back to his guard afterwards. Like, we're comparing that, which is a half point, to this, which is a full point. And that's how you gave Chimaev. I wouldn't care if that wasn't the decider on why you gave Chimaev the third round. I'd say that's a medium. I think that's a medium shot. I'd be giving Usman that 0.5 for what he hit Chimaev with in the second round. That's less. So it's got to be a medium. If it's less, your point system of scoring these fights is flawed. That's my main takeaway. You have a flawed system. You got to have something beyond hard, and you got to have something above and between medium and hard, is what you got. It's getting a bit sus, this conversation. But either way, I've got some other things that I want to talk about in this video as well. How long have I been going on for? 11 minutes? We got time today. We got time today for this. We go to 5. Is it, what part of the video is it? I think it's at here. Okay. 209. He talks about a shot that Usman hits Chimaev with that gives Chimaev this reaction from a jab. Do I even show this bit? We'll show it.
Get a big shot for Kamaru Usman from the orthodox stance. He throws in a jab. Khamzat is southpaw, and the jab gets right inside there, connecting and getting a big...
Look at the dip down from Chimaev when he gets hit with that jab. I don't have this footage, so I can't cross-reference it, annoyingly. But I do have the footage of a shot that lands in the future on Usman. Remember, he gives this a 0.5.
Reaction out of Khamzat Chimaev. Now, it's very strange to see Khamzat duck this way, react this way, but he does throw a check right hook, which could have also been a reason why he moved his head so much after getting hit. But we do see...
So he gave an excuse. Well, he actually threw back a check right hook as Usman landed that jab, which is why he could have moved so much from that jab. So he gives like a built-in excuse for why Chimaev has moved that much. And I get the excuse, but he still gives it. But then he glances over. I'm getting loud now at 4 a.m. He glances over a shot from Usman. Is it a shot from Usman? I'm not even too sure. What is the shot I'm talking about here? 5:24, I think it is. No? Oh, God, please, no. 8 minutes. I think it's this one. Usman lands a jab. It is. Watch this.
Chins, both a variation of their jabs.
No, it isn't. Oh, no. Don't ruin my video in such a key moment. You dirty bastard. There's a shot that he talks about landing on Usman where he gives Chimaev a 0.5 on the score. So it must be around here. This is it. Yes. Usman stings Chimaev with a right hand, makes him stumble. Chimaev throws this, which lands with the forearm on Usman.
A right overhand that connects with his forearm. Definitely a bigger punch than the one Usman hit him.
And he shows Usman like this, as if, wow, that stung him, and gives Chimaev a 0.5 heavy shot for it. Okay? Gives Chimaev a 0.5 heavy shot. He loves his forearm strikes, this Weasel guy, I tell you. Look at the live. This is a heavy shot. And remember, heavy shots. Wow, he showed a big reaction there, guys. What a reaction to the shot he took there, guys. That's his reasoning for giving out these heavy shots, half heavy shots. Look at this. At 3 minutes and 36 seconds, I believe it is. No, I think it's a bit earlier. I think it's at 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Right around here. Usman lands the bit. And Chimaev's going to land a forearm back on Usman here. Okay? he immediately responds. So you show him at an angle, down with his hands low, like, whoa, guys, that was a massive forearm attack by Chimaev. Definitely knocked Usman out of his senses here, guys. Gives him a 0.5 in the heavy strike rating. And then we see Usman react like it's nothing to him. So if your reasoning for why Chimaev isn't receiving heavy shots against him is because, well, Chimaev's not reacting to it. He said that a lot in that video. I wish I had a great pinpoint moment of him saying that, because he did say it a lot. You can't give this as a heavy strike. It's a medium because Chimaev laughed at it, guys. You know, it wasn't a big shot. He took it well, guys. And he reacted to it well. How is this not Usman reacting to this hit well and not showing a bad reaction from it? But, Chimaev lands, Usman throws back. It lands around the guard. Hits the guard, sorry. It lands on the guard around the side of Chimaev's head. So if it's all about, like, the reaction of Chimaev as to why you're not giving Usman out these 0.5 heavy strikes and these other heavy strikes that maybe he should be getting when he's, like, launching Chimaev's head back with shots and making him shift apart his stance. Like, even the shot that he just landed in this clip, the right hand here, that makes Chimaev step back and switch his stance around. If that's not getting a heavy or a 0.5 or anything like that because Chimaev didn't show any signs of being hurt, and we're going to show that right here as well.
Punch, his head would move the opposite direction, and then he's moving away from the right hand that's following up, and this one he gets hit by. More than just a light strike, but he doesn't give a big reaction to it. He was moving away from it. He looks at Usman after, then
So that's why he takes away the chance for Usman to get a 0.5 heavy or a heavy. He was looking away from him. He rolled with it. He was moving with the punch, you guys. And he didn't give a reaction to it, you guys. So that's why it's not a 0.5. Because he didn't give a reaction to it. Very important language. Usman took it, rolled with it, threw one right back. Get lost, nerd. What's going on? Fix your system. I'm sick of it. I had a guy, you know what I feel like? I feel like you're influencing the kids out there. That's what I feel like you're doing, okay? These kids that don't know, you're leading them astray, Weasel, with this inadequacy that you have. I'm not even roasting you as a person. I'm not trying to start this hectic beef with you. But come on now. Show them the right path, Weasel, okay? I feel like I've got these stranded casual MMA, 12-year-old casual MMA fans in my chat. Like, the Weasel verified it, and it actually means Chimaev wins. And I'm like, oh, God, he's influenced another generation of MMA fan to think that Usman really lost to Chimaev. It should have been a draw. And if you take away that 0.5 that I just showed you, which Usman showed no reaction to, and the 1 point where Usman didn't wobble. He didn't wobble if Chimaev didn't wobble. Did he? He just took a step back. Like, we can go over it again here at the very end of the video. When it comes to that shot that really does give Chimaev the whole round, this is the most a shot can score on the Weasel system. The most a shot can score. This is my problem with the whole thing. This is the most effective point-redeeming shot on the Weasel's scale of scoring. That is the peak. The mountaintop on the Weasel's scale of shot point giving. That is as high as it gets. One more time, please. This is the best you can get for the Weasel scoring system in terms of shots landed. And then you compare that with this, which is considered less. Make it make sense, you silly fool of a thing, you. You mad rah! See you later, guys. Thank you for watching. Toodle Pip. I'll see you later. Goodbye. I think Usman won the second and third round. And even if when you look at the scoring of the Weasel here at the end, I'm sorry to make this so long of a video. 8 medium. Like, if you get rid of those heavies and start giving Usman a 0.5 on the heavy instead, Usman just flat out wins. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Chimaev really didn't land anything that good. And that jab that you said wobbled Usman, he was hurt by that shot, you guys. Holy smokes, you guys. Jinkies, everyone. He was wobbling around from that shot, you guys.
Impact. Usman looked like he got hurt from this jab. Khamzat got pushed back from the punch. Usman, though, was wobbling. So this is...
And this is the problem with the freeze frames, is you can say whatever you want over a freeze frame, and it just gets taken as gospel. I don't think Usman was wobbling, you guys. He got hurt by that shot, you guys. Usman was wobbling, you guys. He was wobbling. Whoa, you guys. He was really hurt by that shot. He got hit by that jab. Fair play. He got hit by a good jab as he came in. But let's be honest here. They both landed. Chimaev's landed better because it was stiffer. Usman doesn't have his stance as good. He's more squared up. He's off balance. He gets hit. Takes a step back with his right foot. Lands on his left. And gets right back into fight stance, ready to go again. That's not getting wobbled, dude. That's getting your weight manipulated by a jab. Or a punch. That's getting your weight taken away from you for a second because you got hit by a good shot. That's medium, bruh. You know what else is getting your weight taken away from you by a good shot? You know what else is getting your weight taken away from you and making a few funny steps? That one which you scored less. Like and subscribe. See you later. Goodbye. Jesus Christ. Another one bites the dust, boys. Another 10-7 in the bank.